welcome to another episode of Get Out of Rap. Today, I'm joined by my friend and stalwart stroke legend of the industry, Jackie Pringle. Hi, Jackie.
That's a lovely introduction. I'll take that this morning. Thank you, Martin. Straight
You are
back at you.
you are more than welcome. It's a pleasure to be chatting to you again. And of course, we're going to talk about your role as kind of director of ops for UK National Contact Centre Awards. And there's a reason we're doing this today, and we're talking about this, and that's because it's come round again,
It
the
has.
biggest event of the UK contact center and CX kind of year, and that's
Yeah,
the awards.
it absolutely is. So the nominations are open. They've been open since the beginning of December. But they close, can you believe it, 3 weeks on Friday. So that is Friday, the 23rd of February at midnight is when we are closing for nominations. So yeah, now is a great time for me to talk to you about these awards, because if people want to have a chance of winning them, need to get the nominations in the next 3 weeks. Having said that, and I know we're going to touch on process and how you apply and things like that, Martin, but people mustn't panic that it's 3 weeks away, because it really doesn't take that long to put a nomination together. So just want to put that out there so more people start panicking.
I love the midnight deadline as well. It conjures up images of like the polls closing in a general election. But am I right in thinking I think you once told me that there are people that you've had nominations literally just before, because there's no extensions, is there?
Absolutely no extensions. You honestly, it's such good fun that last night. I suppose it is a bit like the polling stations. I've never thought of it like that. But yeah, one of us, it is normally me, will man the inbox and man the phones till midnight and see them coming in. And although we've been open since the beginning of December, you'd be surprised how many people do leave it to the last minute. But yeah, it tends to kind of all happen in that last week. We have got a lot of people I can see are in the system. They've started their entries. I don't know whether people realise that they can submit their entries. They can hit submit, and then you can carry on editing up till midnight on that deadline day. Sounds like the football transfer
Yeah.
deadlines now, doesn't it? As you can see, I've a lot of football analogies. Um, but yeah, so you can submit, you can carry on editing, or you can get them as far as you want to get them before you press submit. Either way you do it. But yeah, we are here to support right till the end. But please be kind to me. Don't give me too much of a busy Friday night on that 23rd of February if you can help it.
And it feels like, I know everyone's saying it, January feels like the longest month, but yeah, so 3 weeks on Friday,
Yeah.
23rd of February is the deadline. Let's talk about the categories then,
Mhm.
in terms of what have you got this year, what's new, what's popular, and also maybe help people. Do you find that there are people that kind of they're uncertain as to which category at
Yeah.
times?
Yeah, absolutely, all of that. So I think we always say that these awards, these UK National Contact Centre Awards, are all about the people. And so when you go on our website and you see all the categories that are there, there are, just having a look at 16 individual awards there. And that turns into more awards on the actual night, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But that's where you've got your contact center support manager of the year, your contact center manager of the year, your contact center leader of the year, your team managers of the year, your rising star team managers. I was only looking at the website this morning. That was the one that you awarded on the stage last year. We've got that gorgeous photo of you presenting that. Um, Things like complaints manager of the year, quality manager of the year. So you've got all those individual awards where it's the person that's been nominated by somebody else sometimes, and by themselves sometimes as well. And there's no right or wrong way of doing that, because I always think, isn't it sad that there might be a great quality manager out there, a great complaints manager out there or something, they're the best in the country, but because nobody had the time or knew
Mm,
to nominate them,
mm,
they've not been crowned as the best
mm.
in the country. So, you know, if you think that's you and nobody's nominating you, throw your own hat in the ring
Yeah.
and have your own X Factor moment. So
Mm,
however that happens. And we've had winners that have nominated themselves. Of course, we've had winners that have been nominated by their peers. So the reason that sometimes there can be more awards than those 16 on the night is, so for example, in the team manager category, this year we've broken out sales team manager separate to service team manager. And you've got the outsourced team manager, and obviously you've got the rising star team manager for team managers that are coming through the ranks and been in position less than 12 months. But if we get, you know, an awful lot of service team managers, because we normally have a shortlist of 8 or 10. So if there are, I don't know, 30 really strong team managers out there, gosh, I bet there's a lot in your team leader community, Martin, that you know of, then, you know, what the judges will do is say, you know, really, we just can't, you know, shortlist less than this many.
mm,
So let's look away at grouping them. And it might be, gosh, in years gone by, it's been inbound or outbound, or it's been single channel, dual channel, multi-channel, you know, so that could end up as more than just one award on the night. One of my, so as I just said, the only new category in this grouping is the sales team leader of the year, which we've separated out from service. One of my sort of favourites in this, it was one that I pushed for actually, because every year we review the categories to make sure that they're still relevant and reflect what's going on in the industry. When I was in the contact centre industry, I was in the front line. I was always in the front line, but then I moved sideways to set up the quality team. And from that point onwards, I was always then in the supporting operations roles. So, you know, I had all the comms teams, the governance
mm,
teams, quality teams, people teams, all of that good stuff. And I think that what was very apparent to me was there was a gap up until we introduced this category. I think it was only last year when we introduced this category, which is significant contributor. And that is because in those areas, you might have somebody that, as somebody that works in the contact centre, that person over there in the data team or the MI team or the resource planning team or the quality team, not the quality manager, but that
mm,
quality assurance specialist or the
mm,
one that's partnered to you as a team manager or a contact centre manager. You just couldn't do your job without them. They make your job so much easier. They add so much value. So significant contributor is for you to recognise those people, either in a support role, but they're not the manager, but they're quite senior. It's not for advisors, this. You're getting,
mm,
am I
mm.
explaining it okay, Martin?
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
visualise these people, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're either those people or they're people that are in the contact centre, but they've gone way and above beyond their role to deliver something significant, i.e. they might have been part of a project or, you know, really stepped out of their day job to do something. So I love that category, as you can imagine,
I,
because
I'm not surprised. And there's something you said earlier on as well, right? About like you, I was predominantly operations. And of course, you're interacting with all of the other functions around you. You said something around who, you know, some people nominate themselves, others you might identify someone. If you are listening or watching to this and you think there, I can guarantee if you work in a contact center, there's people that do over and above for you all of the time. This is your opportunity to do something really special, meaningful, and will stick with them for the rest of their career. And there's nothing more important than this. You can make the time to do this, and we'll talk about the process earlier. You've already mentioned it's not as onerous as people may think, but I can think of countless people when you're in. I'm thinking of my time as a contact center manager, and whether it was a lady from IT who said, "You know what I've done in my spare? Not just I haven't just serviced, I haven't just done my day job properly. I've done updates in everyone's terminals. I've done this, I've done that in their own time, just to try and make our life a bit easier."
Mm,
Just because they're a front foot sort of
mm,
person, someone in QA. a guy came over and he went, "I've been looking at your high performers and I think I've got a couple of really helpful things. Can I talk to you about how we share
Mm,
that with the rest of the team?" And
mm,
you're like, "Oh my God, that is brilliant. Thanks
mm,
so much."
mm,
So there's right now, there's people doing this in our contact centers all of the
mm,
time. And this is a great opportunity
mm.
to, and we'll talk about the benefits from being in this process, regardless of the outcome, right? This is a great opportunity to be able to go, "Oh, someone's noticed.
Exactly.
Someone's
Exactly.
noticed." Oh, over and above, um, oh, I've bought you a can of Diet Coke or something from the vending machine. This
Absolutely.
is something
Yeah.
significant, and it kind of touches on one of the questions, which is why. Why go into these types of awards? What have you seen some of the benefits for people going into the award? Not just the winners, but everyone that goes into it.
I think, like you've touched on there, Martin, it is from what we find is that nominees say to us that from the minute they found out they were nominated, it means the world to them. That such a body has gone to the trouble of putting a nomination in for me because I think I just do my day job. I do it to the best of my
Mhm.
ability. I give 100%. Little do I know that people think I'm an unsung hero. They
Mm,
really value me as a HR business partner, a finance business partner, the communications lead, the QA lead, whatever it is, like you say. So from the minute you find out you've been nominated, then I think they the nominees then really enjoyed the judging process. They really enjoy talking to the judges. The number of people that say they walk away from that session with a real spring in the step. And we'll come back and talk about the team and the organisation awards in a minute, because I know that we've only just got as far as the individual awards. So I think there's that bit. And then if you're lucky enough to attend the night, which is amazing, the feel good factor from that is just incredible. And if you have your name read out on the stage, I think it just blows people's minds. I mean, my daughter-in-law was here for dinner at the weekend and she'd won an award with her organisation. She's not contact center industry. I won't name the brand, but it's a big brand that's out there. And she got called into this big hall, and there was lots of people, and there were slides up, and they talked about the person in third position, and then they talked about the person in second position, and she was thinking, "Oh well, it's not me." And then they started talking about the winner, and all of a sudden she had this realization, God, that's me. And a little face when she was
yeah,
telling me, she was
yeah,
absolutely like, she's got this trophy and, oh, she's like walking around on cloud nine, it's absolutely amazing. But I think as well, when you think about some of the team awards or some of the organization awards, so let's just touch on
yeah.
some of the organization awards because it connects with
Mm,
my why really. But when you think, if you as an organization can say that you've got the most effective new employee experience, or that you've got the most effective way of working, or that you've got the best colleague wellbeing program, you've
mm,
got the best approach to diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, then as an organization, you're looking for great talent to come and join your organization. People want to join your organization. Yeah.
mm,
So I
yeah.
hope that hasn't come out wrong that I'm saying,
I,
to organizations, this is a great opportunity for you to market yourselves better, because it
yeah.
isn't. This is a great way for you to demonstrate that you are a better choice of employer than X, Y, and Z in your area, and it will help you attract talent. So I think that's a massive why.
Oh, the nature of what you do is aspirational, right? And both recognizing, rewarding, and celebrating internally, but also being able to help people make a choice to choose you. Let's be honest, when we're consumers or we're making a choice about where to work or what service to go for, we all look at what tells me that these people know what they're doing. Any of those things you just mentioned, if I was thinking about where to work or stepping into the industry, and I knew they had the best experience for a new starter and they were the best employee engagement or the best diversity and inclusion versus someone that doesn't, it's a no brainer.
Absolutely. And we all do our job, don't we? We're all passionate about this industry because we're passionate about our colleagues, we're passionate about our customers. And one of the new organisation awards this year is the best approach to supporting vulnerable customers, which is huge in contact centres
Mm,
at the moment, isn't it?
mm,
And again, it's pushing us to be the very best that we can be. And again, if you just touch on the why, I think when I worked in contact centres, when I worked in the operation, we're all 1,000 mile an hour, aren't we? Not even 100 mile an hour, we're 1,000 mile an hour, we're head down, we're like, and it's good to sit back and reflect and realize how far you've come and how
mm,
far you can go.
mm,
So, I think for all those reasons, and the last group of categories that we've not talked about is those teams of the year. So, complaints team of the year, quality team of the year, the L&D team of the year, change and innovation team of the year, the leadership team of the year. That was a new category last year, very, very popular, and really brought through the kind of the importance of having that leadership team, that strong
mm.
vision, really aligned, and sort of and how pivotal that is to the, again, colleague and customer experience. And you touched on something else, Martin, because you said sometimes do people get a bit stuck about where somebody or something or a team or a program of work fits. So I always say I'm really, really accessible. My email address is everywhere. My phone number is everywhere. You can just email me, message me, pick up the phone to me. I'm really, really happy to talk any individual person, team, or piece of work through if you want to know where's the best place to put it. Having said that, I always say, don't overthink it, don't worry too much
Mm,
about it, because what the shortlisting panel of judges are really good at doing is if they see something that they think this person would be better in this category, or that program is better to that organisation category, they'll come back to me, they'll ask me to contact the nominator. I'll have a conversation with them about the judges think that this would be better there. With your permission, this is where we're going to take it forward. It normally means that it's a positive
yeah,
reflection by the shortlisting
yeah.
judges. So I've never had anybody say, no, I don't want to go there, Jackie. So don't worry about it too much. If it ends up in the wrong part, we can sort it out. So don't over worry about it. But if you want to talk to me first, absolutely, doors always open.
And I think the theme that comes across there is, and from when I did some judging for you guys, again talking to the people that had the nominees, both teams and individuals, one of the things that I think came across is that people were surprised at how good they were. I know that sounds a bit mental, but for some, that
Yeah,
stops them entering the process because
yeah,
they think what we've got we think is good, but surely there's people that are better. And I've said this for years, you've just got to go for it. There's no bad outcome here, none at
no,
all. And actually you may find that what you're doing is streets ahead of others. And it's
mm,
because, like you say, we're 1,000 miles an hour, we're head down, we're fighting fires, we're doing new projects, we're servicing customers, we're looking after our employees. So we very rarely get a chance to go, where is what we're doing, where does it sit in
mm,
comparison to what else is going on? And this
mm,
is a great way to be able to see that, but don't second guess yourself. Don't create barriers that are not even there, because you've seen the output. You've talked about it just then about kind of how it's transformational, and regardless
yeah,
of outcome, it's just a positive experience that can only make you and your teams better. Now, for the process itself, then, if the
yeah.
deadline's the 23rd and you've talked about the categories, and someone's listening or watching now and they're thinking, okay, yeah, we're going to go for it, what do they do?
So you head to the UK National Contact Centre Award website. You register for an account on the awards portal. You pick your category. There's a drop-down list of all the categories. So on the website, of course, you can see all the categories. You can see all the category descriptions. There's lots of helpful information on there. There's a toolkit that you can download. There's a webinar that myself and Lee did where we interviewed some winners, last year's winners. We interviewed one of our head judges, Stephen Lee from Lego. So you can go and watch that. You can fast forward to the bits that you just want to watch if you don't want to watch the whole sort of half hour, 40 minutes. So there's loads of help and support on the website. That's the first thing I'd say. And then when you've decided, yeah, you know what I'm doing, I want to go for it, go into the portal, register for an account. It'll offer you the drop downs of the different categories. When you click on it, there's a helpful description comes up of the category again. You just fill in some really basic information. So if I was nominating you, Martin, it just
Good.
wants to know that I'm Jackie Pringle, I'm the Director of Operations, and you know, my phone number, my email address. I then put in your name, your phone number, your email address, your job title, how long you've been in the contact centre industry. So just some really sort of basic information about us both. And then I get to my sort of two big questions. One is, you know, what are your achievements over the last 12 months? And then the second one is, why do I think you are so special? And why do I think that you should win this award? Now, 750 words sounds quite a lot. Sometimes, could I say how wonderful you are in 750 words, Martin?
It'll be a challenge.
I'll have a go. But yeah, so, you know, be clear, be concise, really get your main points across and avoid jargon, all of that good stuff. The advice I always give to people is, you know, just think about if you were going for an interview and you use that STAR technique. So, you know, tell us the situation, tell us the tasks. 70% of your 750 words should be about the actions and the, you know, the how, and then obviously the other 10% is about the results and stuff. So I always say that back there, bear that in mind, and I always say bear in mind to talk about customer, colleagues, and commercial, you sort of kind of whole balance scorecard. But yeah, again, I just say don't overthink it. If you think you've got somebody wonderful, you probably have. So just tell us about them. And you shouldn't have to go searching for evidence and pulling it from every corner of the contact centre. Because if you think you've got a great person, you have. Just get it down on paper. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and you can always attach supporting information. So if you're saying this coach is the best one, or this trainer's the best one, or, you know, this team manager's the best one, you can attach their performance scorecard or their CSAT results or their employee satisfaction results as an attachment to the nomination. And that's it. It's easy. You just press submit. And don't forget, it's free for CCMA members. It's absolutely free. You don't pay a penny if you're a CCMA member. So to your point, why wouldn't you? If you're not a CCMA member, you are still absolutely more than welcome to. It's not just members that win. There is no sort of bias in these awards whatsoever. So if you're not a CCMA member, there is a small cost for your first entry of £299, and then it's £149 for each additional one. What we do find is that a lot of people that are interested in the awards then go ahead and join, because the financials might work out that the cost of membership, oh, okay, it's going to cover the costs of my entries. I'm going to get discount at the awards evening. Oh my goodness, I'm going to get all these other benefits the whole year round as well. So sometimes it's a no-brainer. But you can talk to us about all of that stuff. Please don't let the financials get in the way.
Yeah.
You've got great people to nominate for these awards.
So if they've got to the point of hitting submit,
Yeah.
by the 23rd of Feb,
Yeah.
then what happens?
Oh, Jackie gets busy. I get all
Busier.
my busier, yeah. So I get all my shortlisting panel to do all the shortlisting for us. That, you know, we obviously sort of access the best judges for the right categories and things, and then we'll announce the shortlist on the 19th of February. So we'll write to every single nominator with the outcome of that nomination. If you are a finalist, you'll obviously be listed on the website, and then you'll be invited to your judging session. So if it's one of the individual categories, I will be working away in the background to allocate a suitable judge for you to interview you, like me and you are doing now, Martin, on a virtual platform for about an hour, and we'll talk to your line manager as part of that as well. If it's a team category or an organisation category, we will invite you to come and present at what we call panel judging. So there'll be 3 or 4 judges like this on screen. We will ask you to bring 3 or 4 of your people. It can be as little as 1, as many as 4, to come and present to those judges. You'll do a formal presentation, informal, formal presentation for 20 minutes ish, and then you'll have 20 minutes questions and answers with the judges, and that's how that works. One of the categories this year we will still be coming out and visiting, and that is the best contact centre culture, because with that one, the judges like to come out to your contact centre and they like to smell the coffee, look on the walls, look in the whites of people's eyes, talk to advisors, talk to team managers. So again, I'll give the nominator lots of information to help them pull that agenda together to make that visit the best it can possibly be for them and for the judges. And that'll be like 3-hour visit that the judges will come out to you. But that's what will happen. And then there's nothing else to do then. It's just a 2-stage judging process, the shortlisting. And then, as I've just described, the only thing left to do then is go and find yourself a great frock, a nice suit, a smart pair of trousers, and, you know, come and drink champagne and have a great night.
Well, and let's then, that great night, for people circling their calendar, making sure that they're going to sort hotels and travel or whatever it is.
Yeah.
When is that?
So that is Monday, the 17th of June. I can see Martin putting it in his calendar there straight away, and making sure he's free. So that's Monday, the 17th of June next year. It is at Old Billingsgate again, where we've been the last 2 years. It's an amazing venue. It's right on the Thames. I don't want to tempt fate, but the last 2 years it's been a lovely sunny evening. So we've had all drinks outside on that gorgeous terrace, some lovely photos with the bridge and the backdrop, and absolutely stunning. And then go through to the main room. I think people just blown away by the size and the sort of prestige of it all, really. We always have a celebrity host who will be you know, sort of comparing, is that the right word, the evening, giving out the awards. And you know, it was Claudia Winkleman last year, we've had Vernon Kay, we've had Ainsley Harriott. So it was, you know, there's some great characters, and it's always a really, really fun evening. Plus, of course, all your food and all your drink that's included as well. And just, again, just seeing the reactions of people's faces when they've won, or just when they walk in.
It's great. I mean, just the buzz, just being in, putting on your best, being in amongst your industry, at a great location, the excitement in the room. I mean, I was there doing some short little short little interviews. Of course, I'm not nominated, but the excitement is contagious, and it's just, regardless of where people end up from a, have I got a beautiful trophy or not, or it's just such a celebratory occasion, you know. And I think for our industry, that from the public's point of view, is often unfairly kind of maligned. You know, this is something where you see the best, you see the best of what we've got, and just everybody's happy faces. It's such a great event. It's such a great night. I absolutely love it. And for a lot of us, of course, it's the chance to see people in person that you haven't seen maybe since the last awards, and that is just wonderful. I think I always know it's a good night because the next day my cheeks hurt, my cheeks ache because of just smiling so much. And it's just brilliant. And like you say, to see people's reactions and the photos afterwards on the website where they capture that moment when someone's won, is a real sort of goosebumps. It's great. Absolutely love it.
I think, like you say, it's the number of times, because you know, the contact center industry, a lot of people know a lot of people from either other organizations that they've worked with, or you know, we are really good at sharing best practice. We are really good at going to best practice
Yeah.
visits to each other and things. So you know, it amazes me when I'm at those events and I see people talking to each other and think, how do they know each other? Where they come across
Yeah.
it? I didn't know they knew them or what have you, And of course the judges can speak to, if it has been a panel presentation and it's been like this, people get to meet their judges, and it's just like you say, it's just that really, really coming together of like-minded people in one room. And it's funny because often the celebrities say to me, they pick up on that and they go, gosh,
Mm.
you're such a friendly, fun bunch. And I guess, like you say, their perception of people that work in a call center is nothing like the
Yeah.
people that we've got in that
We're
room.
we're in the relationship business, aren't we? That's what we do. It's human relationships, and
That's right.
shared experiences strengthen relationships, and this is an experience to savor. And I love when I hear about companies that have brought people along on their table as another way of recognizing them. So some of the organizations I've worked at, we would get a table of 10 or something like that, and every department could nominate one person to come along as kind of,
Yeah.
this is recognition, this is a thank you. And to
Yeah.
see them go to this event for the first time and just
Yeah.
be blown away,
Mm.
that's kind of, and you wonder as well, don't you, the impact it has on keeping people in our industry as well. So
Yeah.
there's
Absolutely.
so much to love. There's so much to love about this. If you
Yeah.
haven't nominated yet, then pull your finger out.
Absolutely. 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 Yeah.
Now for the post event, there's still benefits to this, right? Which is around um feedback. And again, the outcome is the outcome. If you've won, fantastic, and you can go to further events and be interviewed by you guys. um if you haven't though, you can contact you, right, and find out what do we need to do, how can we improve, what did you like, what didn't you like, because I think that's so
Absolutely.
important.
Absolutely. Anybody, people ask for feedback as to why they've won, as well
Yeah.
as why they didn't win or why they were bronze and what do I need to do to be gold and all the rest of it. So yeah, always happy to give feedback. We just ask that you ask for it within the first 6 weeks, because after that we ask the judges to delete everything in line with their NDA. So that's another point to make, that everything that you share with us is,
Mm,
completely private, confidential and secure. It's on our
mm,
website. If any of the risk teams need to look at those policies and things. So yeah, absolutely. I think the other thing that you talked about there is, we at the CCMA, I think we are really good at encouraging the winners to share their success. So a lot of this year's winners, they spoke at the conference.
mm,
They will be interviewed on Career Talk. They will host best practice visits for us. They will speak in our special interest groups. They will host online seminars or speak at online seminars. So again, please don't let that put you off entering. If you think, oh gosh, I don't want to be doing any of that, there's absolutely no obligation to do any of that. What we do find is, though, that our winners, because they are passionate about wanting to improve our industry, really, really do want to do that. But you absolutely don't have to. I think what I'm trying to say is, as well, you almost become part of that community then.
mm,
So you want to know, what did they do to win? So when they are
mm,
telling their story at the conference or at a special interest group or at an online seminar, people want to go and they want to listen. So it's not just your own feedback. You can learn from all those other great ways that we share those winner stories throughout the year.
mm.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Mhm.
And I think just to end, to point people to the website. So it's got everything that we've talked about. And it is, like you say, you're very accessible in terms of questions that people may have at any stage throughout this. But the clock is ticking. We are getting to that point where if you haven't started, you should start, because it doesn't take long to just get that nomination in, to recognize teams, organize yourself as an organization, individuals, because you don't want to get to the event, see it, and regret not recognizing or
Absolutely.
thinking, oh, we could have done well in this. Well, come on, do
Absolutely.
something now.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. You've got to be in it to win it. So, you know, just take that half hour to, and again, I guess it starts with, you might have a leadership team that goes, right, we need half an hour in the diary to go, who are our best people? So we coordinate ourselves so that it's not all, you know, coming from different areas of the organisation and nobody knows what somebody else is doing. So you might have that piece to do. You might not, you might be a small organisation and you can just kind of go for it. But yeah, whatever you posted, you could have just done year-end review. So you might know who those exceeded, those outstanding people are. Now, I already have a pool of people already there. You might have had some recognition from another external body about a piece of work or something, or some feedback from somebody. So some of them are obvious, I think. You'll know the people, the pieces of work, the teams that you should be thinking about. So yeah, just take that time to get your nominations in.
Brilliant.
And shout if you need me.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on and talking about this. Look forward to seeing you at the awards, and thanks for everything you do for the industry.
Always an absolute pleasure, Martin. And if I don't see you before the 17th of June, I absolutely look forward to it then. But hopefully I'll see you before then.
Thanks, Jackie.
No problem. Take care.